Solving radical equations. They love throwing these on the SOL because it looks super hard, but you have a calculator. You can beat this. This is easy. Here we go. Question, what happens when you put root beer in a square glass? I mean, no, beer. Because a square and a root cancel each other out. So lesson, if you want to get rid of a square root, square it. Right. So as long as the root is isolated like this, there's nothing outside the root, you can just square both sides. Yeah? And it becomes 5x minus 9 equals... Is it 1 or 11? Well, let's do 1 because that's easier. Sweet. I don't care. It's the same for all sales. Here we go. 1 squared is. 1. Yeah. All right. 5x equals 10. X equals 2. Bada bing, bada boom. Here's the deal. Right? When I make your quizzes real quick, you could just plug that in. And, in your head, this should be easy. 5 times 2 is 10. Minus 9 is 1. That equals 1. We're good to go. On your calculator, what you could also do is, right? Remember, each side is a y, so this is y1, this is y2. If you type in the first half, the left half, square root of 5x minus 9 on one side, and then the other side is 1. When you hit graph, you can see that you're going to have that square root, so it's half the arm, and then the 1 is going to be a straight line at 1, and notice when it hits, right, it hits at 2. Yeah, it hits at x equals 2. Right? So you can always check, which will bring us to the part where if you have x's on both sides, you have to check for extraneous. Well, the fastest way to do that, rather than plugging all the numbers in, is to graph it. That's it. Right? What's up? Y equals 1 is a straight line across it. And then you can see if you hit second, trace, intersect, so 5, and just hit enter 3 times. Enter, enter, enter. It'll tell you, oh, come on. Catch up. Catch up. Nope. Enter. Ah. All right, here we go. Hang on, it's coming. Enter, enter. All right. Second quit. It's the thought that counts. I'm gonna put this away. Yep. And I'm bringing it back up. And someday we'll do it again. All right, here we go. Oh well. Yeah. Let's see go this one. Okay. Question. Does the exponent belong to the 7, the x, or both? Just the x. So in order to solve this, you must get rid of the 7. Right? The 7 does not have the 3/5 in it. So that can be gone. How? Divide. Divide by sig. Yeah. So you have x to the 3/5 is equal to 8. All right. 5th root of x cubed if you want. Why? Why? It's already a fraction, and fractions are fabulous because to get rid of it, just take it to the reciprocal. 5/3. Just take it to the 5/3. So whatever you do to one side, do it to the other side. Right? These two reciprocals cancel each other out. So it's just x is equal to, and that, my dear friends, can be stuck in your calculator. Let's do it. Here we go. Oh, stop it. Yes. Okay. 8 to the. You could use the fraction thing if you want. So alpha y equals gets you a fraction. If you don't have it, then you would just use a thing. So, oh my gosh. Hang on. I'm just going to use parentheses. 5 divided by 3. Enter. Oh. That's it too. Yes? Yes. Those are easy. Right? So here, the SOL, they just like to give big numbers for no ridiculous reason other than just to test your skill. It's the same thing over and over again. Right? Yeah? Okay. Yes, love it. You could. So it'll end up being, since it's a pretty number 32, once you do the fifth root of 8, sorry, the 8 to the fifth power, then take the cube root, it's going to take it back 32 anyway. So it's easier in this case. This is why we have the fraction as an exponent, because it's easier to put it into your calculator. All right. Okay. Alright, here we go. Halfway there. Yay! Talk to me. Add 9. Thank you. Thank you. Yes. Plus 9, plus 9. X minus 4 to the 2/3 is equal to 25. Take it to the 3/2. So take it to the reciprocal. So take it to the 3/2 on both sides. Right? The reciprocal cancels out the exponent, so you just have x minus 4 is equal to 25 to the 3/2 is 125. It is. Add 4 to both sides. X equals. I mean, you know, this is kind of boring, actually. You're good with boring?
I'm good with boring.
Oh, good. I'm so glad. Okay, so remember we did absolute values, right? Usually the answer is what you got as long as there wasn't an x on both sides. Same thing. If you have x's on both sides, you might have to put in an extra solution in order to solve it. So you have to check for extraneous solutions. And again, the easiest thing to do is just graph that puppy. Let me show you. Here we go. All right. In this case, we have x on both sides. So make sure if you have x on both sides, check. Right? Check your answers. Because you might have an Here's what I mean. To get rid of the square root, square. By squaring both sides, you're multiplying an extra x in there somewhere. So it might be extra. Yeah. So let's see. X minus 6 is equal to. Now, I was going to do this very quickly, but some folks are still making a mistake. It is not x squared minus 64 or x squared plus 64. Heavens no. To square something, you multiply it by itself. So it's literally x minus 8 times x minus 8. Yeah. Yeah. So it's not x squared plus 64. Yeah. Okay. X minus 6 equals x squared minus 8x minus 8x plus 64. Yay? So x minus 6 equals x squared minus 16x plus 64. And if you knew your perfect squares, you could have just got to that point. Okay. Set it equal to 0. That's why it was on your test, to keep reminding you. Yeah, okay. Set it equal to 0. X squared. Solving for a square? Heavens, yes. Right? Take away another x, so 17. Add 6. 70. Equals 0. Factor, factor. X, 8 and 9. 7. 7 to get negative 17, minus and minus, right? So this one says x is equal to 10, and this one says x is equal to 7. One of those is extra. So, there we go. Am I going too fast? If this is negative 16, right? And then I subtract another x to this side, it's negative 17. Okay? Alright. There we go. Alright. The x minus 6, the root x minus 6 is y1, and then this is y2, and then we're just going to find the intersection. So, here we go. Second square root. Does everyone have a calculator, by the way? Do this with me. Here we go. Square root of x minus 6, right? And then x, ooh, hello, x minus 8. This one's easy. You can plug it into your head and you'll see what the answer is. But this is another way to check. Here we go. Hit graph. Woo! Woo! All right. How many answers are there? Just one. It only crosses each other once. Where does it cross? It looks like 10, right? Because 7's like here. So it looks like it crosses at 10. So like a visual check shows you that this, ooh, hello. Yeah, here we go. Visually on your graph, you can check to see that this is true and this is false. So therefore, the only solution is 10. Yeah. So go ahead, Abby. Sure. Okay. Are you on y equals? Get on y equals? So the first part is the left side of the equation, so square root of x minus 6. And the second part is the right side of the equation, x minus 8. And basically you graph it because you're looking for where it's equal, so you look for where it's crossing.
Where's the equal sign?
There's no, you don't need an equal sign. That's being equal means they cross each other. So you're looking, after you hit graph, you just look for where they cross. Yeah? If not, Miss Sharia wants to stick it in her head. Now here's the thing, right? Here's a quick one. If you know your square roots really well, remember that a square root cannot be negative. Which one of these, 7 or 10, would make this side negative? Well, if you go 10 minus 8, that's positive, right? But 7 minus 8 is negative. So that would make the square root sentence wrong, because you can't take the square root and get a negative number. All right, whatever. I'm just trying to give you different ways. Okay, last one. Sweet. Add 5. Shut up! So smart. Here we go. So we got cube root of 6x minus 9 is equal to 3. Oh, good. Ah, very good. So since it's a cube root, you can take it to a third power. So take everything to a third power. Equals 27. 6x equals 36. X is equal to 6. Now, since there was an x on the other side, can I accept that answer? Yeah, didn't do anything. And they all live happily ever after. Yay? Yay.
So you have to like write your answer.
Yes, you could do it that way or x equals whichever. Just showing you all the different ways you could possibly see it. Yay? As long as you communicate, we're good. All right. Here we go, my dears. If you're still working on a test, finish it up. The rest of you, front and back. I highly recommend a separate sheet of paper. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Here we go. If you get done today, no homework. 5, 6. Lovey? 1, 2. Yeah. On this. Because it's a good day for a quiz. Excellent. Excellent.
Pretty good. Yeah. I think I could,